Hello YouTube. So I am coming on today. I'm really excited because this is something completely different for me. I normally don't do reviews on books, but reading is a passion of mine, and a lot of people don't know that about me. One thing that I did last year, along with one of my line sisters, is I created a book club for myself and some of my girlfriends. Our book club is called Sister Friends Book Club, and we actually meet virtually because we have people all over. In multiple cities throughout North Carolina. So if you're interested in joining, let me know. It is on Facebook, but you'll have to be invited to the group. But each month we have a different book, and we have our reading schedule out all the way until I think June. So this month we're actually reading Charlamagne the God's Black Privilege. Opportunity comes to those who create it. So what I want to do in my book reviews is, not tell you about the book because I want you to read it, but kind of give you some quick points about it and my views and opinions if I like the book, if I didn't like the book. So it's not a spoiler, but it is going to be my review. So let me just go ahead and jump right in. Charlamagne the God. If you don't know who Charlamagne is, he is a radio personality at Hot 97. I think that's the name of it. I think it's Hot 97. He has a show. It's called The Breakfast Club. And it's him and Angela Yee, I think is her name, and DJ somebody. I can't remember his name. But I'm looking through the book to see if I see his name. You would think I'd be prepared to give a review, right? But anyways, he's a radio personality. He's known for being totally outspoken. He will ask you anything. One of the things in the book he talks about is he hates when people, I guess their entourage or whoever their spokesperson is, asks him not to ask specific questions. He doesn't like for his interviews to be led or to be coached, which some people hate him for it. Some people love him for it. Personally, before reading the book, I didn't really too much care for Charlamagne. I felt that he just sometimes just digs too much, and he intentionally tries to push people's buttons. But that is just him. In this book, he talked about his life a little bit, how he came to be this big radio personality. He has 9 points in his book, or 8 principles in his book. So the first one is, it's not the size of the pond, but the hustle in the fish. That he really talks about his upbringing. He's from Moncks Corner, South Carolina. It's a very rural town, not much happening there. You don't hear about many people from there. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Elevation, but their pastor is actually, I think, from Moncks Corner, if I'm not mistaken. But Elevation is a mega church located in Charlotte, and they have other campuses, but I'm pretty sure that Pastor Furtick is from Moncks Corner or somewhere close by. But basically in that chapter, or under that principle, he just talked about it doesn't matter where you come from. It's about what's in you and your drive. You can achieve anything that you want, but it starts with you and your mindset. So don't allow where you came from to dictate where you're going, because that doesn't matter. And which I will say, in this book, I really liked how he was inspiring. I feel like it was a good book for somebody from a small town, especially a young person that's kind of going back and forth with, what am I going to do with my life? I'm from a small town. Nobody from here does anything. This book is a really good, I think, motivator, because if he can do it, anybody can. And kind of, hearing his story about how he went about doing the things, I felt like it was good. It was really good. The next principle was Pewaukee, pick your passion, poison, and procrastination. So that was pretty interesting. So basically, just saying that, you know, your passion is what you're going to go after. That's what's going to drive you. Your poison is what's going to hold you back. And your procrastination, ooh, I can't get that one out, is also what can limit you. And you have to recognize when you're procrastinating and get beyond that. I feel like procrastination is a big thing for a lot of people. I found myself procrastinating a lot last year, which that's normally not like me to do. But it can really hold us back. When you think about all the things that you could take care of today that you're putting off for tomorrow, you never know how that little thing can dictate possibly the rest of your life, just depending on what it is. So pretty good principle there. The next principle is called F Your Dreams. I'm not going to curse and say that, but basically he became a demotivational speaker. Like, who's ever heard of that? Like, he would go and actually people pay him money to do a speech or do a some type of program at schools, and basically he would just tear the people down, like telling them, you know, okay, you want to be a rapper, well, you suck as a rapper. Like, who does that? Charlamagne did it. And how you receive that, I feel like it depends on the person. Some people need that type of tough love, and others, it will destroy them. But at the same time, I feel like people, you have to be in a space to where you don't allow one person hearing you one time, if you're an aspiring rapper, to dictate, okay, well, Charlamagne, he plays all these, you know, hot and, you know, popular songs. Well, if he thinks I'm trash, then I probably am trash. No, he's one person with one opinion. If you really and truly feel like you're a rapper, or you're going to be a dentist, or you're going to be an engineer, whatever, go after it. Don't allow one person to dictate, you know, what you're going to do. But in this chapter, he did. He basically was like, no, you're not going to do that. Like, you need to do something else. But like I said, one person doesn't dictate what you do. But he did have some really good points in that. But my take on is, if you have a passion, go after it. Don't allow somebody else to stop you. Fourth principle is there are no losses, only lessons. That's pretty self-explanatory. You know, a lot of times we may lose things in life. People go through foreclosures, bankruptcies, divorces, you lose jobs, you lose relationships. You think it's a loss at the time, but sometimes it takes years down the road to really realize that, hey, that actually was an awesome lesson that helped prepare me to get where I'm at now. So that's pretty cool. The fifth one was actually a Belly movie reference. It's called Put the Weed in the Bag. Now, me personally, I've never watched Belly, but I definitely understood what he was getting at in this chapter. Not because I'm a weed smoker or anything like that. I don't do drugs. But basically what he was making a reference to in the movie, one of the main characters is teaching some newer drug dealers or something, hustlers, I don't know what they are. But teaching them that before you get, you know, all this money and become this big top, you know, drug dealer, you have to learn how to just put the product in the bag, do the bottom of the barrel job to understand the full process. So in this chapter, I believe he really talked about internships, things like that. I thought that was great. So that's why I say this is really a good book for young people, because I think sometimes, especially in today's society, they say millennials, they are entitled, you know, they don't think they have to work for anything, everything's handed to them. But people really fail to realize the importance of, sometimes you're not going to get paid for what it is that you're doing or you want to do. So I know I did several internships. Some of them were unpaid, but it was an experience of a lifetime that I will never, ever be able to do again. And something that I really feel like it helped to get me where I was going, I think, next. I'm pretty sure, like, seeing certain things on my resume, they were like, oh, she did internship there? Oh, you know, so you have to start sometimes at the bottom. Yeah, you might be the receptionist, but you're the receptionist at the place where you want to work eventually, right? Something like that, right? So the sixth principle is live your truth. That's pretty self-explanatory. You know, just be true to who you are. Don't try to be something you're not. I don't really remember any highlights from that portion, but yeah. 7, give people the credit they deserve for being stupid. The titles of these principles are hilarious, and you really have to read the book to really get a full understanding of why the title is what it is. But in true Charlamagne fashion, the titles are appropriate because these are things that he would say, and people look at you like, look at him sideways like, did he really just say that? But hearing him back some of the things, it definitely made me look at him in a different light. So in this particular chapter, or this principle, he talks about basically just staying open to new experiences and new opportunities, new people. There was a subsection called New Friends. Drake came out. I think it was Drake. No New Friends. I don't know. But anyways, he's like, yes, new friends. And that's true. Like, you can't like just say, oh, I'm not going to make any more new friends. You gonna block your blessing that way, saying no new friends. So, yeah. And the last principle was access your Black privilege. Basically saying that everybody has privilege. It's up to you to access it. You have to dig into it. You're in control of what it is that you want to do, the opportunities that are going to be presented to you. Yeah, some things are going to fall in your lap, but other things you're going to have to work towards. You're going to have to put yourself out there, and you have to really go after them. So, hopefully I didn't give too much away in the book. I definitely think it's a great read, especially, it's a good read for anybody, but especially young people, and I think especially young Black men. I've had a couple people on Facebook tell me they read the book, they enjoyed the book. I actually listened to the audio for the majority of the book. I like audiobooks because a lot of times I just don't have time to sit down and read the book. But I'm driving all the time. I'm walking around all the time. I can easily press play and listen more than I could just sit down and actually be able to read a book. I listen at the gym. I listen while I drive. I listen while I clean. I listen, what else? While I'm at work sometimes. If I can get a free moment or if I need to clear my head, just listen to my book. And I'm just so happy. But yeah, the book was actually read by Charlamagne himself. He basically just read word for word, no extra commentary in there. But yeah, I really enjoyed the book. It definitely gave me a new perspective on Charlamagne. Like I said, I really wasn't a fan before. I'm not saying I'm a fan now, but I kind of understand him more and I get his personality a little more. He did talk about his family a little bit in here, along with his upbringing, which I did really enjoy. One con, I wish he would have said a little bit more about his immediate family, his wife and his children. He didn't really go into that much. He told, you know, about his off and on again relationship with his wife, before they got married, but I wanted a little bit more about his life now. So that was the only, kind of con or thing that I felt it was lacking. But if you have any questions, definitely let me know. Hopefully I'll get better with these reviews, and if you have any feedback, definitely leave them. Please be nice. It's my first review. But if you saw me looking down a lot, I had notes. Basically, I just wrote down the different principles. But next time, I think I'm going to take good, thorough notes throughout, you know, when I'm reading. So, thanks so much for watching. Bye.